This is for Fred and kind of everybody else relative to the lab. All you'll see, Fred, are people's hands and arms on this. Could somebody get me up there or wherever a textbook so I can show him? No, not the textbooks. These books here. So Fred, what we're doing is we're doing this lab in chapter 1, section 1. We're finishing up section 1 by doing this lab. You see this lab here? But instead of using the skateboard, we're going to use the car. Okay? Now, there's also another major difference, Fred, and that's this. That with this lab, it's in two parts. If you see, you have the board, right? And they take the time it takes to get to right here. That's time 1. And then they also say, how long does it take to get here? Time 2. Okay? Well, our boards are long enough so we can just do this part here, because I wanted to do velocity. I don't want to do acceleration or anything like that, okay? I want to know what's the final velocity of the system. Long story, but I'll explain that more in a minute. Okay. So we're just doing the first part here. So if you look at the data table, and you can actually do this at home if you wanted to. If not, that's not a problem. But if you look at the data table, we're not going to use, it says time to finish, okay, time to the bottom. So we're going to use this column, but not this column. So we're going to get rid of column 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get rid of column 4. We're going to get rid of column 6. That's average time 2. So we're going to keep this column here. That's the average time 1, but we're just going to call it average time because we don't have to distinguish between 1 and 2. And then average time 2. We don't need that column either, do we? No. So we're going to get rid of column 4, column 6, and column 7. Is that correct, class?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to have this column, this column, this column. Then we'll have the average time, okay? And then we'll have the average speed. Okay, good. Now, this is what you want to do when you do this, okay? So we're going to mark. I marked here the starting point, and look at the back here. See how we squared it right here? So we know that it's going to be relatively straight. Okay, let that car go just for a minute. Go ahead, let it go. And you'll see that it's going rather straight. See that? Okay, now, so that's going rather straight. And you wouldn't go straight unless you squared the back. So now, I want to show you something else we're doing. So we're squaring the back. Hold that square. And you'll see the tape here. See the tape? That tape is right at the beginning of the car. Okay, you want to square that. Okay, perfect. Okay, now, I'm going to take another piece of tape. So it's from that point where the car goes from there until the front here. Excuse me, guys. So that'll be the end point right there. Okay, it's a little weird doing this through a camera lens. I feel like I'm like trying to catch a fish here. It's like my eyes aren't working. All right, so then what you want to do is you want to practice. Okay, let it go. Let it go. Now somebody's going to catch it. Your partner's going to catch it. Okay, good. You want to practice catching it, etc. But you see where it's coming to there? Right there. That's where, let me get a close-up of that. Right there. When the car hits that point right there, that's when you want to turn the stopwatch off. See? So, the person here, up here, will say 1, 2, 3, and then go. So you'll hit the stopwatch on go. So you're going to time it. Introduce yourself to Fred. Who's this? No, what's your name? What is it? Ahmed. Okay. Ahmed is going to be our timer, okay? So do it now. Do it. Go ahead. Let's go. Go. You do it. 1, 2, 3, go. You say that.
1, 2, 3, go.
Now when it gets here, you stop it. Did you stop it?
3 seconds.
Not where it hits his hand, right? Where it hits that front of the tape, right? Right there. Perfect. All right, what'd you get?
3 seconds, 25 milliseconds.
All right, 3.25?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. All right, now you're practicing before you write any data down. Do it again. Go ahead, say it.
1, 2, 3, go.
What'd you get?
3.37.
3.37, so not bad actually. So you practice a few times. Now you're ready to go. You want to practice and get uniform, okay? Now you're ready to take your data. You do it 3 times, right? And then you find the average. You write that down, correct? That's angle 1. Now instead of measuring the angle, we're just going to use something that's consistent. In other words, we want to have everybody in the class doing it the same way, right?
Yeah.
So we have plenty of chemistry books, and the chemistry books are approximately the same. So then you do that 3 times, right? You make sure you work together as a team well. Now lift up that board for me, please.
Yeah.
Now we're going to put another board in there, line that up, okay, and then we're going to do it. We're going to do it again, 3 times. Let's do it once to show Fred. Okay. Good. You work together now. Go on.
1, 2, 3, go.
What'd you get?
2.28.
2.28. So what's happening when the angle of the board is increasing? Yes.
It goes faster.
It goes faster. Is that something that you would predict?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So what would you suggest? Now predict as I continue to add books. Is it going to continue to get faster or might it get slower? Yes.
It's going to continue to increase.
To increase, to get faster. Very good. Excellent. And then that's it. So then what you do is you record the data in the page. Let's just review the data table once more. Okay. Here it is. So you have your data table, right? You see? You see the angle? So what you say instead is, instead of angle degrees, you put 2 books. We started with 2 books because one book it wasn't going, was it?
It was like really slow.
Crazy slow. I like
Yeah.
that. Crazy slow. Excellent. You sound like you're from the 1950s. I like that. Crazy slow, man. It was crazy slow, Jack. All right, so then you have your times, right? And then you take the average and you put them there. So here's your 3 times and then the average, right? So when you make up your data table, you just put the columns you're going to use. And then that's it. There's nothing else, correct?
Yeah.
Let's see how many trials we can get. It says 3, but maybe we could do a 4th trial.
Yeah.
Now there's 2 kinds of trials. There's 3 timings, those are 3 trials within a trial. And then you have the trial X number of books, correct?
Yeah.
So there's trials within a trial, okay? Enough said?
Yeah.
Are we okay? Are there any questions? Because Fred may have a similar question. Anybody have a question? I'll put the iPod near them. Any questions? You had a question? No. Anybody have a question? No, that's it? Yes, you have a question. Go ahead.
What are we measuring here?
What are we measuring? I like that question. That's an excellent question. If you look at your data table, we're measuring the average speed.
No, I mean we didn't measure.
Oh, we didn't tell him that. Very good. What's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica. Oh, Jessica, I didn't say that to him. It's in the instructions, but I should have said that. Well done. Nice save. Very important. Extra credit. Make sure you write that on a piece of paper and you put it on my desk. Excellent. I can't believe I did that. Well done. So the distance, you need the distance, Fred, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to measure from that point there, and you got to do in meters, right? And so you're going to measure, so that to that point, okay? Now, move the meter stick down. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now you make sure it doesn't go past that tape, right to the front of the tape, right there. Okay, good. So it's going to be, and you want to do this exact, I'm kind of like not doing this exactly, but that says what? 40, no, not 56, because you're measuring this distance as well as the meter, right? So that's what? 44. 44. So you would say 1.44, right? So it would be 1.44 meters. That would be the distance. That's important. Well done. Jessica, right?
Yeah.
Well done, Jessica. Well done. Well, I'm very impressed. Okay. So you have that, beginning of that tape. So do you get that? Does everybody get that in here? That's an important thing, okay? All right, Fred. We'll see you after Eid. I hope everything is well, considering, and talk to you later. Bye.